Hey, everybody. Today we're sitting here with Jonathan Graunke. Did I get it right?
You did. Yeah.
Okay, good. Phew. I wouldn't want to be a sports announcer announcing all these names. Anyways, I'm sitting here with Jonathan, and we're just going to have a quick chat about why he goes to the PRINTUV conference coming up in Vegas, March 16th. Quick reminder to everybody, if you didn't know that it was coming, it's here, March 16th. If you did know March 16th, then go on and register. Tickets are going fast. I'm sure you hear it all the time, but the truth is it's about a 74% sold rate already. If you've been there, you believe it, you know it, because it always goes fast. It's going to be great. So, Jonathan, thanks for taking a few minutes with me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Did I mention that you were from INX Inks?
You did not. Yes.
Well, you are from INX Inks, and I welcome you. You've been a sponsor of the PRINTUV event as far as I could remember.
Yeah. So it's been, I think, at least 10 years. Yeah.
Years. Good for you. Cool. Cool. That's 10 years of good drinking with good friends.
Definitely.
So everyone knows why I like the show, but give me your top 5 reasons why you like the show.
Well, you know what? I'll actually give you 6 reasons.
6. Okay, good.
6. So really, first, it's one of the only places that I know of that's a forum of open discussion across different like consumer suppliers, printers. You find brand owners there. So you get this great cross section, which you do not. I haven't seen it at other events. You go to a trade show, they're great, but they're really targeted towards, or they're targeted towards trying to sell you something. Or you go to a trade conference, it's just your peers. It's not a cross section. So that's reason one, right? It's a great opportunity for targeted networking. You can get with people, you could ask the questions you want to ask, and you're talking to the leaders. Okay, so you're talking to, for instance, if you're talking to our company, I'm the vice president of UV technology. So you're talking to the head of technology. So you're going to get the answers that you want to get. It gives you a lot of insight as to what's going on in the marketplace. Great example is really at the LED technology for sheet fed. It really launched at PRINTUV. People didn't even know about it.
Absolutely.
And the very first printer that was doing LED sheet fed in the United States it's like in Kentucky. People don't even know who it is, but they were doing it well before people even thought it was possible. It's intimate. Okay, so you're talking about you said it's 74% sold right now, but it's a limited audience. Okay, so it's an intimate audience, which gives you that opportunity to have that one-on-one, to discuss with your peers, like I said, across other groups as well, and just kind of learn. It's just listen, learn, and 5. If you come away with one idea, that one idea is typically worth a ton of money. Okay.
I say only try to have one idea and don't go for more, because that one, you go back, it's instantly beneficial.
Yes, instantly beneficial. And that one idea, I always like to say, if a guy's running a sheet fed press at 10,000 an hour and he can get it to 11,000 an hour, that's a 10% productivity increase. People don't look at it that way. If you went to your boss and said, I can give you 10%, like you'd get the biggest raise you've ever gotten in your life.
So, I'm going to make a joke just because it comes to mind on the press speed. I remember Bob Rosen had a CEO event that I went to, and I was speaking there, and then they had somebody up who's talking operations, and he said to the room, what's your average speed that you run a press? And the whole room was like, 7, 8, 9,000 at the time. And the question was why? And the answer was because your pressmen run the show, right? And right after that show, when I went back to the office, I went into the plant and I went up to the press and I saw we got an 8,000 sheet run and the guy's only running at 8,000 sheets an hour. And I said, why? And he said, well, and I said, no. And I took the dial and I raised it to like 11 and, it ran. So all these things come back to you is in little ways you remember. So anyway, sorry to interrupt. I just had to get off my mind.
Yep. And reason number 6, and probably one of the best reasons, is
number 1. You should have done the reverse.
It's fun. Yes, I should have reverse ordered it. It's fun. You're in Vegas. You're networking. The food's great. The accommodations are first class. So people want to be there, which creates an environment of people wanting to participate. Okay, and participation is key in this conference. And so when you get that, what's really weird is even though you're in Vegas, and I've been to conferences that have been in Vegas and nobody shows up because they're out partying all night, everybody shows up and participates. Yeah, so they all know that the reason they're there is to be at this conference because nobody wants to miss anything. And so to me, that's 6 reasons, not 5.
Wow. So, you know what? You're 6. We're bang on the money. I actually repeat them in the same way, saying the same thing. If I have one idea, just to add to what you said, everybody's willing to share. Even you guys as suppliers, you're not there putting on a commercial for your products. You're there to talk to people. You're answering real questions, right? That's what I always liked as a printer participant. And then all the other people, first of all, I think when I said 74% tickets already sold, I'm going to find out, but I think there's like a 60+% high return of the same people every year.
Yeah, there is. So it's hard to get, you got to get in on it, right?
Well, that's why you got to get in early if you want to get in. The drinks are unbelievable. The food's unbelievable. And I really take my hat off to Hans and Steve because those guys from the beginning wanted a different show. And I don't want to knock any other show, but I'm talking about this one as being the greatest show on earth in our industry because everybody's there for the same reason, to network and to learn.
Yes, absolutely.
And have some fun.
Of course. What's nice is from our perspective is, for me, it also gives me an opportunity to teach. Okay. I went back and looked at some of the presentations that I've given and like you said, really, it's not supposed to be commercial. So it's try to do something that affects all of us, right? And how can we navigate, UV in the print market and make it, the best that it can be. Obviously, it's not the only solution to everything. We all know that. We'd be naive. We thought it was the other way or any other way, but it really is an enabling technology. And I went back on some of the talks that I did, and some of them you'd be like, "Ooh, that." Regulatory, boring. Oh, wait a minute. No, important. You need to pay attention because your employees are going to see something and they're going to have questions. And if you can answer that question, even at a high level, if you can answer that question to them, you're going to build confidence in your staff that you're doing everything you can to provide, the most productive workplace you could provide.
Oh, it's great. And actually, it's funny. I was chatting with Hans the other day, did a little interview with him, and he mentioned one thing I thought was pretty funny. He said one of the folks at the conference is plant manager of a UV shop, and office called and had a problem with UV whatever, and it was solved within 30 minutes because you had 100 people standing up, ready to help and give their information to help the guy back in the plant.
Right.
Doesn't get any better than that. And then like just finally, the good thing, better, good, whatever, is in the networking, you get to meet people that you then get to introduce to people within your chain of command or, in your work. And they're making friends with people at other places that they don't know, even on the phone, maybe now Zoom, and sharing more information because of the people that met each other and then pass it along. So the networking is far greater than just the people at the show.
It is. It is. Definitely.
Awesome. Cool. Well, you know what? I mean, I could keep you all day talking about the UV and talking about print, but I won't do that. I'll just say thank you for taking the time to give us your top 6. And I do look forward to seeing you in Vegas, March 16th through the 18th. I guess it'll be 16th. Have our first drink at the bar on the ground floor by the blackjack table, if I remember correctly, and they didn't move it. But we're going to have another good conference.
It's a networking event.
Well, there's always a networking event at 10 p.m.
Sponsored by East International. There's my marketing plug.
Absolutely. Excellent. Anyways, Jonathan, thank you so much for your time. And really, I look forward to seeing you in March at the Print UV show.
All right. Thanks, Warren. Look forward to seeing you too.
Cool. All right. We'll just